Afternoon, everybody. Microphone was turned off. Not very useful. How are we all doing? Sorry, I'm a little bit late today. I'm just in the middle of doing something, and I'm still in the middle of doing something. How's everybody? It's Friday, finally. So we're going to have a quick look at what's going on with the markets today. We've had the Bank of Canada news out today. Unemployment change to 60.4. Forecast was 5. So they were obviously on a massive previous deficit, forecasting it to go up, and it has. So big change in the unemployment, which basically means the unemployment rate has come down. So obviously that is very, very bullish for the Canadian dollar. So we've had a fair bit of movement on the CAD. If you look at the ADRs today, Aussie dollar CAD and pound CAD and US CAD, big movements. So that's really the only news we've got today. So there's that big move there that's gone in. Other than that, there's not really any other news today because we've still not got the non-farm payroll and unemployment claims, unemployment rate and everything for the US dollar, because obviously this shutdown has stopped the data coming out. We are getting Michigan this afternoon. Potentially. We should be getting that. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, it's all a bit weird at the moment, isn't it, with the news? We're not getting the news, basically. So it's all a bit odd and up in the air. But that's the CAD. So big, strong move on the Canadian dollar today. We were expecting something to come out from Netanyahu at 1:30 today, but I haven't seen anything come on the news feed. I'm not quite sure what that was going to be about, but there was meant to be something coming out at 1:30. I can't see it, so I don't know if that's been delayed or whether it just was nothing. Good old Putin's developing new weapons of deterrence. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. DAX today, beautiful break on the DAX today. So we had a lovely short today on the DAX. Where's the pen gone? Morning, everybody, by the way. Afternoon even. Marco, Robert, Paul, Mumo, Fletch, how we doing? So yeah, nice break on the DAX. It broke upside initially, stopped out, then broke short, straight down to target, and then stopped out with roughly 50% on the second part of it. So nice move there on the DAX today. Been very choppy on the DAX. You see yesterday's DAX was terrible. Just stopped out constantly yesterday on the DAX. Just choppy as hell. Markets are very unsure at the moment because obviously we don't know what's going on with this lockdown with the government and stuff. So I think there's a little bit of like not really willing to do a lot with the market right now, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so Dow range and NASDAQ range are in. 1 bar ranges are good today. We'll see where we go. There's plenty of movement on everything today. There's loads of upside and downside potential. Just keeping an eye on a trade I've got running over here. I'm trying a new version of Tradeovate on futures today. And it's basically, Tradeovate have this feature now. When you're running multiple accounts, you can merge them, i.e. copy the trades across to each other. So I've done that. I've merged the groups. I've made my accounts all in one group. When I place a trade, it says you've got to have an even number to take a trade, which is fine. I get that. I've got 2 accounts running on this at the moment. I've got even numbers. So if I place 3 contracts, it can't split them. So it says you've got to place 2 or 4. Fine. So I place 2, it puts 1 in each trade, in each contract. And then I place an order the opposite side to get out of the trade. But that one, it doesn't split. It takes the full amount. So I'm sitting currently in $560 of drawdown on a trade I shouldn't be in because I put a stop in place to get me out of a contract, but it decided to double it. And it's flipped me the other way while I was having a coffee. So I'm in danger of blowing my funded account because Tradeovate's copy system is utter shit. It doesn't work. So don't use it. So just a word of warning. It's going really well until that today. So I'm just monitoring gold at the moment because I'm short on gold. Guess what? It's going up. Typical. So this is going to be one of those blown funded accounts because software is absolute shit. Anyway, nothing much I can do about it. I'm in it. I could cut it at $600, but I don't really want to take $600 of loss. I'd rather just blow the account, to be honest. I'm feeling like that today. It's Friday. Right, anyway, so gold, ADR today. So we've had a big move on gold, as you can see. If I scroll out a little bit. Oh, no, sorry, gold? No, that's silver. Sorry, silver's the ADR. Aussie dollar CAD is your only other ADR today. It's not your only other ADR today. Your Canadian ADRs today, Aussie dollar CAD hits to the downside. That's just tapped straight into ADR. Propulsion gap's a little bit old and a little bit small, and it's not breaking a high, but potentially that might get a bit of a bounce there. But obviously that is off the back of news. Euro pound, big move there. Sorry, I've got lorries moving around everywhere. We have got a bit of a gap down situation, which is very unusual for European pairs, but we did get a gap down. So that ADR hit to 150 there. You could argue that because it's half an ADR gap is actually just a normal ADR hit, but it's already happened. You've missed it if you're not in it already. Pound CAD, that's just hit obviously off the back of the news as well. So just bear in mind, this is strong Canadian news. There is a good chance that this could continue basically today. US dollar CAD as well. That's another ADR, but that looks like a profit take move. So this US dollar is an odd one at the minute. As you can see, market really has no idea what to do with the dollar at the minute. It's just gone into sideways world. I did look at the euro US dollar. I was showing my wife because she was asking what's going on with the dollar. And I said, we've had a very, very weak dollar. And it seems to have, in the last couple of months, gone into a bit of a rotation, which right now, because of this lockdown thing, it's difficult to know what the market's going to do with it, because how this is going to affect the economy, how long it's going to go on for, we just don't know. If they continue to furlough people, although they say they're going to pay all these people when they come out of furlough, if you have a family and a mortgage to pay, it's all right promising that you will pay me when this thing's over. But when is this thing over? Because I've got no money coming in until it's over. So if I'm working for the government at the moment and they're saying, don't worry, we'll back pay you as soon as it finishes, I fall 2 months behind my mortgage because this thing goes on for 2 months. I need to go and get another job. So that's going to raise unemployment, which is going to dramatically affect interest rates, inflation, and obviously the dollar. So market's in flux at the minute, because we just don't know what is going to happen with this. It's only happened once before, 7 years ago. That was 35 days. So this thing could go on forever, couldn't it? We have to wait and see. But anyway, that's what's going on at the moment. Guitar tutorials, afternoon. I was short on gold too. Yeah. I'm just hoping it comes back down basically to my entry, just so I can get out of the trade. My entry's at... Oh, my entry's on futures, so it's a different price. So my entry's here. Short. So if we can get down there, I've got a pending order sitting here to add some size to get the average up a little bit and hopefully just get out at a break even with it and go, oi, Tradeovate, sort your software out. Anyway. It's sitting around at the minute. Right, so ORBs today, we are long NASDAQ, we are long Dow. Nice clean breaks today. So they're in profit, which is good. So it's copied those over fine. 4 contracts and 8 contracts, but it hasn't copied both. It's only copied one. I don't know what's going on. The way I've got this set up, right? Let me just show you how I've got this set up. Actually, this is on an evaluation, this account, so that's not actually too bad. But basically, you can group accounts in Tradeovate, right? So what happens is you have account 1 and account 2, okay? And you group them together into an account group, which I've called TPT in this case, Take Profit Trader, which is both of these accounts together. When I press the buy button for 2 contracts, what it does is it places 1 contract in that account and 1 contract in that account. My duplicium, which copies from MT5 here, into this account, yeah, has been told to copy 4 contracts over, which it's done. But instead of 4 contracts going into the accounts, i.e. 2 into here and 2 into here, which is what the grouping should do, it's put all 4 in here and hasn't done the spreading into groups. Nothing works, does it? So my idea of grouping the accounts together so that I could buy multiple evaluations, which is what I do, stick them all in one group, copy from here into an account which copies automatically into everything in the group, just doesn't work at all. So what I'm trying to do basically is stop playing Duplicium $14 a month for every account, because I've got loads of futures accounts running. I'd like to just pay once and have Tradeovate do the copying. So there we go. Fun. Right. So just to quickly let you know, if you're in the members group, today we've done the, I haven't marked it as progressed. So 10 steps to building your own strategy. We did that one this morning. We went through this. This was about an hour, 70 minutes, about 70 minutes. So we went through exactly how to build a strategy, set up the back testing, find the edge, journal it, do everything. Yeah. So that's done. So the next thing we're going to do this afternoon, which is the very final part of the 101, is talk about back testing for MT4 and MT5. So we're going to be going through the differences between MT4, MT5 and the back tester, how to do a proper back test, data quality. We're going to look at the modeling settings, some data quality settings, that sort of stuff. Make sure you get everything set up so it matches your broker. Looking at choosing symbols, time frames and periods, that sort of stuff, but configuring the EA and back tests, and more importantly, robustness testing. So it all finally gets to this point where this is the bit that tells you whether or not something's going to work in the future. So it's all about robustness testing, basically. So we're going to go through all that this afternoon during the Q&A session. So hopefully that won't take more than half an hour. I've got it down for 60, but I don't think it'll take that long. And then we'll do the Q&A. So if you're around this afternoon at 3:30, that is today's members stream. Gold, high, low, but not very decisive. So let's hope we get some US strength and just get that back down to break even. Right, breakout's working nicely at the moment. So Dow, NASDAQ is holding up. Dow is also holding up. Inside bar on the Dow. So we are stalling a little up here. NASDAQ, we are also stalling out a little bit. So we are bullish still, but obviously markets struggled to get any more momentum. So it's not a big breakout today, but we'll have a look at where we're potentially going. Fridays are dodgy. Fridays always are very hit and miss. Oh, look, we're at all-time highs. Okay, so that explains why we're stalling out. So there's your gap up high. That's where we are. If we break that, we are going off. So we should get a lovely break today if we can get out, and we're having another crack at it. So there we go. There's your breakout high. So all-time highs in. Okay, there we go. We're out all-time highs, NASDAQ. So absolutely no way of forecasting where we're heading, because we have no support or resistance to the upside. Obviously got no support, but we've got no resistance to the upside. So we are at all-time highs. How far can she go? That is the question. So we're out and off. The Dow, obviously we're rallying at the minute, but we've got plenty of upside resistance. So that's yesterday's high, previous day's high. Why are you drawing lines to the left? Oh, indicator woes today. So yeah, yesterday's high, previous day's high, propulsion gap, retest. So you've got 3 upside resistances. First one is coming. We've got a little propulsion gap there, which isn't great because it isn't breaking a high or a low, but you're getting up into ADR territory anyway. So yesterday's high is not a bad place for a profit take actually today. Looking at the Dow. So that isn't a bad place to start thinking profit takes today. This isn't my actual terminal that's trading, so it doesn't draw the lines on properly. But we are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 points. There we go. So that high is 1309. So yesterday's high, basically, my partial is just below yesterday's high. Perfect. So let's see if we can get up there. Oh, this is a quandary. I've got $500 profit on these two breakouts, and I've got $600 drawdown on gold. Do I shut them out, cancel each other off, just to save the accounts? Questions. I'm going to let it go because gold's dropping at the minute. Not very good risk management at all, but it's one of those situations you get thrust into every now and again, and it's not your fault. And seeing as it's attempting a 3-bar reversal, I'm happy to hold that. So if we get that 3-bar reversal, I think we'll come down and retest propulsion, which is that lower session. So that recent low rather. So I think we've got a good chance of that happening today. So basically this resistance here is what we're testing at the moment. So this propulsion break above that high, previous resistance, becomes support. So even if it's going to double bottom that and go for a new high, good chance of that going down. And that will get me out of the sticky stuff. Right, let me just move that over there a bit so I can see chat. Afternoon, Andres. Robert, any updates on the potential prepaying discounts? No, I can't do it, Robert. Sorry. It's too complicated. I probably could, but it's not a priority. I have to say, you're the only person that's asked. So I can't really code all that stuff in. I might have a look at it. Basically, what Robert wanted was on the members to have a prepayment system so you could buy... sorry, just another short contract gone in on gold. Bear with me 1 second. Just approaching break even on gold. I am break even on gold. Right, so you still haven't shut both of those out, have you, you idiot? Why are you not flat? Right, now I'm flat. It's driving me up the wall. I'm going to ungroup these accounts because it doesn't work. I don't even know how to do it. Configure account group. How do you delete an account group? Trade it separately. Okay, fine. Sorry about that. Yeah, so basically what Robert wanted was to have a prepayment. So obviously at the moment it's monthly, but buying 3 months in advance for a discount, which I'm happy to do. It's just not set up to do it, and there's quite a lot of extra coding, testing, and potentially breaking. And that's the thing that I don't want to do, is the membership system is all working nicely. If I try and incorporate a 3-month cycle into it, which it's not used to having, what's going to happen is this will suddenly break and everything breaks. So I haven't done it. But I will think about trying to do that. Shouldn't have got out of gold, should I? Coming crashing down now. Oh, right. And all the indices have come straight back down into losses. Look at that. Right. Lovely. This is going to be one of those days, isn't it? Why bother with prop if you have your own funds? Because I like trading prop and I like having the ability to get extra cash. This account is trading my capital. Why not copy it over into prop and get more capital? It costs basically £67 for $50,000 of funding. Yeah. So that to me, 57 quid, right? If I do 10 evaluations and spend £570 to get the equivalent of £500,000 in funding, which I can then trade with small capital to get 3-5 grand a month out of, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? And my capital is not at risk. But what is at risk is stupid software, which doesn't work. And fun, it's good fun. The ability, I don't underestimate the ability of demo trading, yeah? For me right now, trading here, if I press a button here to do whatever, if I put that up to 6 and press that buy button now, there's a financial risk attached to me of whatever that trade is. Yeah. So it would be whatever, I don't know, $300, $400, £400, whatever it is. If I press this button on a demo account in prop, I couldn't give a monkey's, because what's at risk? £60. That's it. Every time I press the button in prop, the maximum amount of money I can lose, regardless of what the P&L says, is £60. So it's fun. Yeah. And it also gives you loads of chart time. It really sharpens your ability to read price action. It's just really good. But this is obviously copying over onto there anyway. But I also have the ability to take manual trades on there whenever I want to. And the worst thing that can happen is I lose 60 quid. It's brilliant. I can't fault it. That's why I love prop. And the payouts are brilliant when you get them. You know, and there's no pressure, is there? It's lovely. I love it. I just find it fun. I used to try and make money out of it as a living. Well, I didn't make money out of it as a living, but I used to try and make kind of a cost and profit out of it, like a business. And you can do, and that's what we're going to be covering in the prop course, how I do it. But it's not there as a sole income. It's there as something exciting to play with. Yeah. The trouble is, as we know, well, as we don't, I don't know, you might know, might not. But when you're trading a 50K prop account, what you're trading is $2,000. Yeah, that's all you get, 2,000. Whatever your drawdown is, that's it, 2K. So I'm not trading 50K times 10. I'm trading 2K times 10, 20K. Yeah, I've got more than 20K capital available in my own account, except this lot is spread over 10 accounts, and it doesn't matter if I blow one of them. This does matter. Yeah. So it's a different mindset, different thing, isn't it? Don't blow your account. I passed 200K funded with my EA. Good one. Nice one. I pass fundeds with them all the time. Brilliant. ORB and SIH are just brilliant for prop, as long as you get the risk right. Interesting point. What prop firm am I using? I'm using multiple prop firms. I posted the links in the Discord group. I sworn I changed that links. Those links. So I use Lucid, Take Profit Trader, and FTMO. Not change those. Sorry, bear with me a sec. Edit. Because I've got some discount codes which I it's not the, where did I put that link then? But yeah, I mean, my main one is Take Profit Trader. I can't. Where? I chat in here. Why do they keep bloody changing things? Drives me mad. You used to be able to. Sorry. There, that's Take Profit Trader. If you use that link and that code, you get 40% off. But you used to be able to, in Streamlabs desktop, you used to be able to just type and chat in the chat box. Now there's the chat box there, but there's no input box, so I can't actually type in it. Why can't they just keep stuff like as it is all the time? Oh, I shouldn't have shut gold. Never mind. Okay, Dow's pushing back up again. Nasdaq's Dow has stopped out. We're back inside range. Nasdaq is just retesting previous high. Looks like potentially we could get a bounce out of that. Interesting point. What I've just answered that. So prop can pay out up to 4K. Prop pays out whatever you want, whatever you get. But you have limitations. So, for example, Lucid. I trade with Lucid. The reason I use Lucid is because they have. I'll give you my link to Lucid as well if you want to go. I'll give you all my affiliate links. Go and sign up with these and make me loads of money, because I don't make any money on YouTube. So Lucid are the ones I use for funded instant funding, yeah, for futures, and FTMO are the ones I use for forex, basically. But they have different payment plans. So with Lucid, when you're on the instant funding, you have to trade up to 2K profit, and then you withdraw anything over 2K profit, and it's an 8-day payout. So you have to trade for 8 days. You have to get over $2,000 profit on a 50K account. You can draw anything over that whenever you want to, and you have a 20% consistency rule. So your biggest day cannot be more than 20% of the total profit. Yeah. Take profit trader, whatever you like. Bang in an order, make 15 grand, take 15 grand. Yeah. That's why I love Take Profit Trader, because Take Profit Trader is instant payouts day one. So when you've passed with Take Profit Trader, if you dump loads of contracts long and make a load of money, you take the money out. It's brilliant. They're a little bit more expensive than sometimes, but they all vary in price all the time. So do your due diligence, use whoever you want. But the two that I use are Lucid Trading for instant funding. You can't beat Lucid on price, basically. Look at this. Right, so Take Profit Trader. Links are there that I've just given you. Sorry, let me just go to the website rather than... why can't I... Oh, there. So take... Oh, fucking hell. I can't show you Take Profit Trader because I'm logged in. But anyway, let me try and get to Take Profit Trader's website because I just want to show you the money. Okay. So Take Profit Trader, 50K account is 170. With my coupon code, you get that for 90 something, which is £60, right? With Lucid, they have this thing called the Lucid Direct, which is what I do, which is basically 490. But they have a coupon code on at the moment for Ninja, which gives you a discount, which brings it down to $200 and something. Gold's collapsing. So what that basically does is it gives you instantly 50 grand's worth of funding for $200 and something. So roughly 3 times the price of this, you get instant funding. So think I'm taking out 3 evaluations. I've got to trade 5 days to get past. But with Lucid, you can just pay today and you're instantly funded. You have to trade for 8 days before you get paid. Yeah, minimum days to pay out 8. But you get, you have to have a 20% consistency, but you can then draw out straight away. So it's kind of like you're paying 3 times the price, but you just don't have to go through an evaluation. So I use these guys, and I always have a couple of funded accounts with these guys running all the time. It's harder to get paid because you've got to trade longer. You've got to hit a target. Long Nasdaq. Sorry, wait a sec. What the hell's going on? Short Nasdaq. Wow, this is all over the place today. So you basically get instant funding, which is fantastic. That's the cheapest evaluation route. That's the cheapest instant funding route in futures. But the payouts are not as good here. You've got to, I mean, I say it's not as good. It is good because you've got to get there before they will let you take any cash out. So let's say, for example, you get to 3K profit after 8 days and you haven't gone over 20% on one single day. Then basically what you can do is draw out 1K and then your drawdown will go back to the normal level. So what they're saying is whatever your drawdown is, which they allow you, which is 2K, you've got to keep that in the account. So you've got to trade 3K to make 1K. Then if you trade 3K again, you make 3K. Yeah, so it works really, really well. But it's a lot more expensive. It's not 490, it's less. It's whatever that discount code is. I can't remember what the cost is now. I've completely forgotten. Oh. $171. So you get it for $294. Yeah. So it's roughly 3 times the price. It's $90 odd with TPT. It's a no-brainer. Instant funding, 50 grand, bang, $300, done. So those two are my kind of go-tos, if you like. Short Nasdaq. Oh, this is an absolute mess today. My P&Ls are all over the place. I love software. Not really. Do you find the prop firms pay out happily, or do they find ways of not paying? I've never not been paid. But I mean, there are prop firms out there that are dodgy, yeah. But I mean, I mean, FTMO, you can't go wrong in forex. FTMO, you can't go wrong with. In futures, Take Profit Trader, Lucid Trading, and Top Step. They've been around for years. Basically, the thing to do is when I've done this before in here. Sorry, I've got just keep an eye on the time. So if you put in any prop firm that you want to use, like Take Profit Trader, for example. Yeah. So just grab their domain name, go to Whois. Yeah. Oh, not on GoDaddy. Go to who.is and do a domain name search. Yes. God, it's annoying. And look at when they were incorporated. Yeah. If it's been around for anything more than a couple of years, they're in business still. So you're okay. If it's been around for 6 months, it's one of these pop-up prop firms that basically will disappear very, very quickly. Because the prop model, which we're going to cover in the prop course, is basically they take in money from you as a trader for evaluations. Yeah. So let's say an evaluation is $100. Very simple maths. They take in 10 evaluations, which makes them $1,000. Yeah. 9 of you fail, 8 of you fail, whatever it may be. 2 people pass. Of the 2 people that pass, 1 of those is going to fail. The 1 person that does pass the funded stage and gets 8 days in and actually finally gets to a payout, he doesn't make more than $1,000. So basically, they pay you using that. The maths equation for most prop firms is somewhere in the region of 1 to 2%. Of the evaluation fees are paid out in payouts. Yeah. So my forex funds, for example, they published all their data before they disappeared. The payout statistics for people getting 3 payouts was less than 0.05%, not 0.5, 0.05%. So less than half of 1% of people made it past the first payout. because they blew the accounts. Why? Because they're all set up to make you fail, because none of these are giving you enough room for a strategy to not survive a drawdown. They will all blow accounts. I blow them all the time because my strategy, ORB, does not have an unlimited drawdown. It will draw down and it will lose 5-10 trades in a row constantly. But the edge is we make the money when we're not losing because we have a positive R. They know that. That's how the prop firms work. So they blow your accounts. My forex funds, before they got pulled, were making $14 million a month in evaluation fees. They weren't paying out any more than $500,000 to funded traders. Yeah, 13.5 million for basically selling demo accounts. That's basically what it is. It's all about marketing. If you chuck 20 million into marketing to make 200 million a year, it gives a monkeys how much you spend. Yeah, that's the model. So the model is you never get funded, obviously, with real capital. They're paying you from the evaluation fees. So every time I spend $500 on evaluations, someone else somewhere is getting $100 of that. That's the maths. It's the way it works. Stopped out on double stop out on Dow today. Choppy, choppy, choppy. Unfortunate that, because I thought the Dow was the one that was going to run today, but no. And the Nasdaq is also struggling at these highs. We can't get out of these highs, look. Instant rejection. So let's hope that this is a second attempt at a run on the Nasdaq. I'm getting hammered today. Not my fault, but I am. Does it automatically take the discount off? So yeah, it should do. With Take Profit Trader, if you use my link, it should automatically put that discount in. There is another discount code actually as well, which you can use at the moment. There's not always a discount code there. So my link and my discount code, the MST, that gives you 40% always. Gold's pushing back up. Retest that area, so may pop higher. We didn't look at RSIs today, did we? RSIs, there's not a lot today. Pound CAD is a 4-hour extension. That is also ADR, so 4-hour RSI plus ADR at support, looking good for a bounce out of there. But you've got a propulsion gap being painted at the moment. Target to the upside there and there, but obviously there's a good chance we might come down and test this area here. So either it's going to bounce from there and profit take that leg, or it's going to push down into here, take out that, and then push up. So good position trade at the moment for a single first entry there. Second entry would be somewhere around here when we test that. Third entry down here. And then you'll be averaging into that leg back up. Please send your discount codes within the chat. I have already done that. Look up. I've just sent 3 links. They're in Discord as well. I could have sworn I did another. Oh, I did. I put them in a different. Right. So in. There it is. In the Discord group, I've made a prop discount codes. Can't post all of this, I don't think it'll work. I'll try it. I don't think it'll work. No, it won't. There's too many characters. But I've also got E8 as well. I've got a 20% off at E8. That one. Oh, I've got 35% off at Lucid as well. Here you go. So that's the code for Lucid. That's 35% off at Lucid. And I've already posted that one, which is Take Profit Trader. So they all give you discounts, basically, if you want them. And they also give me about 2p. Not joking. Right, Nasdaq's tempting new run up. So we have held this previous resistance So looking for basically a run on the highs today. Dow's just a double stop out, unfortunately. One of those sessions today. Do you stop trading an index once you have a double stop out? So the EA does, yeah. Yeah. Well, no, not necessarily. Depends when the stop out happens. So, yeah, I mean, if you get a double stop out on the 5, so if the 5 minute breaks and stops out within 15 minutes, it will draw in the 15-minute range. Then you can break the 15, stop out on the 15, and then it will break the 30-minute range, 6-bar range, and then you can take a break of that. So in theory, the maximum, in theory, you could have a 5-minute double stop out, a 10-minute double stop out, a 15-minute double stop out, and a 30-minute double stop out. Yeah, 8 trades. So the maximum trades possible to take in one session on each index is 8. It never does that, because to be able to get that 5-minute range, you'd have to do whipsaw like that to take a trade in both directions. And it would not only have to break the high, it would have to come down, stop you out, break the low, move up to your stop loss, okay, all within 5 minutes. And then it would paint the 10-minute range, which has to be within range. And then it would have to break above that, come all the way down to your stop loss, break down, come all the way back up to your stop loss, and then paint the 15-minute, and then do the same thing. So you'd need 3 whipsaws, bigger than each every time. So an expanding whipsaw outside bar pattern at the open just doesn't happen. In theory, it could. I've never seen it, but in theory, it could. So, but typically, you will tend to take 4 trades a session if it's whippy. So here, for example, we've had that breakout on the 5, but it took 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes to stop out. So then we had the 6-bar range, which we broke short on and stopped out. That's it. We don't trade anymore. If we don't make money on the 5, 10, 15 break or the 30-minute TPO candle, we don't trade it anymore. That's it. So like this one here. So we broke long on the 6-bar, the 30-minute range. Then we broke short on the 6-bar range and made a profit. If that had stopped out, that would be it. You'd have 2 trades on that one. So typically most days you'll see either 2 to 4 trades maximum on a whipsaw. But then if you want to continue trading discretionary, do it. Yeah, because if you think about it, this is a double stop out today. You now have a 6-bar range there, which is too big to trade now. But if you want to take a break short of that or a break long of that, do it. It's up to you. But just bear in mind that range is now quite wide. So the chances of getting a 2R on that, yeah, that's 1R. Chance of getting a 2R on it, it's a lot harder, isn't it? So if we scroll out and look at what you'd need as a break on that. So that's your range. So to get a 2R off of that, you've got to get all the way down there and all the way up to there. So if this decides to break long now, for you to get a 2R risk reward, which is really what you want, you're going to have to test the entire week's high. So you're going to have to undo 1, 2, 3, 4 days worth of solid downward price action within one session. Not really achievable. It's well beyond ADR, isn't it? To go down to get a 2R, if you look at what we've done on the days, yeah, that is achievable. So if it breaks the downside here, there's an argument for, yeah, we probably could get a 2R downside if we're going to continue on this downward route, but upward, probably not. So it's just up to you, discretionary wise, whether or not you decide to trade after the open. I do, and it works. But there's argument for taking a short on this here, but I'm 480 down on the day on that, and I don't really fancy it. I'd rather just take the loss and survive until Monday. If you're being stopped out, does the EA what have I just got filled on something? Oh, stopped out on the NASDAQ. It's absolute murder today. Chop fest. I will take that short, but that's it. Done after that. If you're being stopped out, does the EA increase the lot size on the next entry to make up for the loss? Yeah. If you use the loss recovery system. So it's up to you if you want to use the loss recovery or not. It's there. So loss recovery system is there. If you set it to true, obviously what it will do is it will increment your risk by whatever multiple. 1.15 is what I use, which is just ever so slight risk increase, because we're looking for 1 or 2R basically breaks. So we're just slightly increasing risk size. So the idea behind this is we take a trade, we stop out. Yeah, the next trade that we take is usually the same risk if it's on the same range. And if that stops out, the next time we trade, we increment the risk, which means that we've just got to, instead of getting to there to make back a break even, we've only got to get to maybe there. So it just means that your target is more achievable. If that stops out, yeah, we increment risk again, which means that the target comes closer, So getting back the loss from those, the more times it happens, the less likely it is to recover all of the loss, but you will recover a large percentage of it. So what the loss recovery system is about is not martingale. If you want to use martingale, by all means, stick a 2 in there. Don't blame me when you blow your account. But what it's designed to do, basically, is to, when you have in your P&L, yeah, that's going along like this, when you have that run where the market just ranges, what it's designed to do is, as this is going down, it will suddenly give you one of those, and then you carry on. So instead of ending up down here, which was what would happen with standard risk, you will recover a larger percentage of that loss, and then it will carry on doing what it needs to do from there. But that there is basically negating a percentage of the drawdown, not all of it. If it happens, if you get a run of 4 to 6 losing in a row on a single instrument, you'll normally recover the entire lot with the loss recovery system at 1.15, because it's gradually incrementing enough so that when you get that 6th trade in, it's recovered pretty much all of it. If you do it on portfolio mode, which is that, what it will do is it will take every single trade in order and increment all of it, the entire portfolio. So with that mode, basically, it's not working on a single instrument, it's working on everything that you've got. So that is basically, I flick this on and off depending on what's going on in the P&L. Sometimes I'll think they've all had losing runs. We'll flick that on. And if the losing run continues, I want to increment the risk quicker on everything. Yeah. You don't get massive losing runs. You do get losing runs, but they're not, these are stock indices. There will always usually be 2 out of 5 days at worst case scenario where you get a solid break like that. Yeah. And that's enough to get it back usually. Jeez. What a bloody mess. Anyway. Yeah, so there we go. I'll leave it there because I've got member stream in 10 minutes. So if you're coming into the member stream, we are on lesson 19, which is backtesting basics for MT4 and MT5. So we're going to go through basically what's going on with MT4 and MT5, backtest to the differences between them. We're going to do some backtesting in MT4, have a look at how to set everything up, and just look at really what robustness testing is, optimization is, what system parameter permutation testing is, and basically how to read the results, which is the important thing. So just about running tests basically and how to use it. It's not going into intense detail about robustness testing. We've got a whole backtesting and strategy development course / section for it. But this is the basics. So this is setting you up for that further down the line. Okay. So we're going to go through that, have a look at how it all works. And then we'll go from there. So that's in 10 minutes. So members, obviously you can come and join the live stream, and anything else you need, I'll put a link to that in there if anybody isn't a member and wants to join in. Obviously, you got 18 lessons to catch up on. They're there on replay. But yeah, we'll see how we get on this afternoon. So there's the only other trade I'm taking today on indices is short on that, if it happens. If this is an upside rejection on the NASDAQ, we've got a good chance of a decent break, haven't we? Look. So we have attempted all-time highs and failed. So if this here is us not being able to get through that price point, the market will give up and just go and test the other area, test the other end. So we've got this big propulsion gap there, and we've got obviously weekly low to come down and test. I mean, the chances of getting all the way down to here, this is ADR today on a Friday, probably not. But testing yesterday's low, might be able to do that. So that's the only other trade I'm going to take on the ORB today. Other than that, we'll leave it and see where we go. But choppy old session today, isn't it? It's looking good at one point, but that's life. Right, I'll be back on Monday. So Monday morning, 8 o'clock, usual. We're going to look at the week ahead, look at the news, see how this shutdown is going on, lockdown with the government. Keep an eye on financial juice. Michigan's come out as well. So leading international banks issuing a stable coin, look. And keep an eye out for this Netanyahu thing. I don't even know if it's happened, and it's just not newsworthy. But he was mentioning something, and the thing that concerned me about it was that Russian delegates landed yesterday in Israel. Russia and Israel doesn't normally happen. So the fact that a load of Russian delegates are landing in Israel, then Netanyahu suddenly says, do you know what? I've got an announcement to make. Something's going on, isn't it? So if there's a new alliances forming or something happening there, that could well send the markets into safe haven runs, Swiss, yen, gold. So just be aware. It sounds like there's something weird going on somewhere. So, all right, I'll leave it there. Anything you need, let me know. Other than that, I'll be back on Monday. Have a good weekend.